Hi, welcome back. This is try 2 for brackets on the camera. I figured that the closer I had it to the frame, the less the vibration might be. And one of my early videos I just used a point and shoot camera mounted to the handlebars, so that was going to be my next go-to. Anyway, I found this clamp came up on eBay, which is the quick release clamp they use, Harley uses for the windscreen. And I thought, well, that's mounted on the forks, it's quick release, so I can take it off when I park up the bike and go somewhere. So I give that a go. So all I've done here is I've mounted the GoPro sort of mount there, then I put the TomTom one there, and then I clip that up like that, pop the old camera in like that, wrap that around there, plug the microphone in, and I'm good to go. So I've done some footage. I'm quite pleased with it. It wobbles on the edges, but where you're looking straight ahead it's not that bad. So I might persevere with this a few more times before I go to my next mount, which was going to be something like a chest mount. Anyway, see what you think. I was quite impressed. Right, let's see if this works then. So this is number 2 mount. I thought if it was nearer to the frame it might shake less. And it's rigidly mounted, so although it's looking like it is shaking quite a bit, so I don't know. Well, I'll have to see. Anyway, I'm just going to keep on mucking around until I find a solution. I much prefer the angle down there by the mudguard. I think it's quite a nice view. This is particularly wobbly at the lights on the last one, just on tick over. Let's see what this is like. That's without the front brake on, and that's with the front brake on. Without the front brake, with the front brake. Fantastic evening. It's been a really good summer so far.
Wish these Sportsters had a bigger tank. This is the 2007 one, and it's got the 3 point whatever it is, not the bigger one that came out in 2008. And then they stopped doing the Roadster, so I only was then did it for 2 years with the electronic ignition with the EFI until last year, I think. The Roadster came out again. So this is quite a rare bike, I guess, because in 2008 they changed the spindle size on the front, I think. And the tank size. And I looked for ages to find one with alloy wheels. I didn't want spokes, because from my experience water gets in and rots the rim on spoked wheels. So I specifically wanted to run tubeless tyres. I know you can do that on spokes if you seal them, but I wanted alloys. And they don't really, they're rare as hen's teeth, getting a Roadster with alloys. And getting a 2007 Roadster with alloys is even rarer. I absolutely love this bike. It does absolutely everything that I want a bike to do. I've done all the fast stuff, and that of the Sprint I had, that was getting a bit silly, so I couldn't afford a Commando. Normal Commando 850 is what I really wanted. And then I thought, well, I don't know, I just want a thumpy twin really, which was quite simple, you know, basic. Unrefined is what I wanted, which this certainly is. But I love it. It's just basic engine. Good old push rods. Low revving. Quite torquey. Not totally fast, but fast enough. Fast enough when you want it to be. Anything faster, I'd probably kill myself. A friend's got an 1198 Ducati, and that's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Stay where we are, boys. Jolly good. Well, I don't hold much hope out for this mount, but I'll see what it's like. I'm going to load them up regardless, you know, even if they're crap, because if someone else is trying to do the same thing as I am, which is get a stable camera mount, you know, it's just information really, isn't it? Don't mount it on the forks. And I'm just going to keep going until I find something that's suitable. I've got a feeling a lot of people say the chest mount is the one to go for. I mean, certainly your torso's less, you know, it doesn't move as much, as your head. So I guess the chest mount would be better than a helmet mount, and probably quite steady, but the trouble is this is a TomTom Bandit camera, which is sort of tubular and long, so it's going to stick out quite a bit, whereas a GoPro Hero is going to be slightly flatter on the chest. But that might be my next port of call. I was going to stick it on the handlebars, and then I found this windscreen quick release thing bracket on eBay, and I thought, well, that actually might work pretty well, and it's probably as good as on the handlebars. So maybe after this one I'll go for try a chest mount, or even I suppose a shoulder one might work, but I'm not quite sure how to get it up there on the shoulder. But I guess that would be as good as the chest mount. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to keep going until I find a solution that I'm happy with. Although I do like this low angle. I don't like the view of the dials. So I hope I haven't bored you too much. Subscribe if you want to, just to encourage me and keep me going, as it were. I know I don't do much, but maybe if I had a few more people I would. I'm looking for number 100 at the moment. I've got 99 subscribers, 1 off 100. I know the content's not, you know, brilliant, so fair cop, I guess. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Ride safe.
Well, there you go. I think that's quite good. Let me know what you think. If you've got any better ideas, let me know. And if I come up with the chest mount, I'll put that up, I'll load that up. The only problem I think with the chest mount is that because of the nature of the camera, it's going to be out there somewhere, and already I've got this lever kind of effect, which is what I had on the bracket that I put there, because it was out and down. I think the lever effect wobbled it a bit. This one's so far best to date, I reckon. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it's useful to you, and I'll see you later on the next one. Cheerio.